At this point in the installation, the rails at the tailgate end are still loose. We'll pull the cover closed and then use the cover to space the rails apart at the tailgate. When pulling the cover closed for the first time, before the gas springs have been installed, the hinge by the cab will not come all the way up. Before attaching the rails to the mounting brackets at the tailgate, we'll want to set the spacing so that there's about 3/16 of an inch between the outside edge of the rail and the top of your truck bed. We'll accomplish this using the spacing washers provided in your install kit. Place them between the bottom of the T-slot and the mounting bracket until the proper gap is achieved. If you use too many spacing washers, the rails will sit high in relation to the tailgate. If you don't use enough spacing washers, when you tighten the rails down to the mounting bracket, it will pull the inside edge of the rail downward, making operation of the cover difficult. Be sure to check the spacing on both sides of the truck bed, since they may not use the same number of spacing washers. After selecting the correct number of spacing washers at the tailgate, we'll put them over the bolt, leaving the bolt loose for now. With the bed cover pulled closed, we'll set the distance between the rails at the tailgate by pulling each rail in until it contacts the bearing on the cover. Center the rails by measuring the distance from the truck bed to the back of the rail to make sure that gap is the same on both sides. With the rails parallel to each other and centered on the truck bed, we'll add the washer and nylock nut and then tighten the rear mounting bolts. With the rails mounted, slide the cover back and forth to make sure it moves smoothly. If excessive force is required, it means either the rails are not parallel or the rails are tipped down into the truck bed. Add spacing washers to level the rails.